The following is a video presentation of a morning worship service at Orrville Baptist Church.
But I usually know how these things go. the preacher's hometown church. Their pastor's leaving, and now he's going to visit. I know how that narrative begins. I don't want anybody thinking that. We're going to say goodbye to someone that we desperately, desperately love, and won't be goodbye for us. They have been so much to our life, and they have been so much to our ministry. And so we want to be there with them to worship beside them, but also we'd like to tell them thank you. There's going to be a full reception after the service, so we'd like to be there. So I want to give you an advance and let you know that's where we will be, and that's it. Nothing more to that story at all. And we look forward to being back that night. So I wanted to say that. Next week's going to be special. Sam had to come up and tell you about next week and VBS, and then Youth and Twitter Day coming up next Sunday. You're going to hear from a young man named Jonathan Scott. Part of the reason that my hometown pastor Brad, that we're going to see next week, part of the reason he means so much to me is because he was the one that always gave me opportunities. He gave me chances. And I am so incredibly thankful for that. When you're first getting started, you want a shot. You want to be in the pulpit. You want to preach. You want opportunities. He provided those for me. And for that reason, I'm very thankful. Jonathan Scott is a young man who just graduated at AU, Anderson University, and is now beginning the NDIV program there as well. And made some calls. I needed somebody. I wanted someone who was itching for a pulpit. And so I'm very glad that here at Orrville, we want to celebrate that too. We want to celebrate that on Youth and Children's Day. And so we'll have Jonathan Scott come and preach and bring the word. So come next Sunday and not just support him, but be here for worship. I'm looking forward to hearing the sermon later. But I pray that will be a great day.
First things first, if I could just very briefly after the service this morning meet with our Vacation Bible School workers down front here. Just one or two pieces of information that I'd like to pass on to you. So if you would do that for me, I would greatly appreciate it. Vacation Bible School is coming up. It is not this week, but the next, July the 24th to the 27th, from 6 to 8:30. It's going to be a great time. We're looking forward to it a whole lot, and I hope that you are too. I hope that you're praying for it. It is not too late. If you'd like to take some flyers and hand them out, let me encourage you to do that, and that would be a big help to us. Next week, as the pastor said, is Youth and Children's Day. It will be a special 11 a.m. worship service. We're going to have our kids involved, and you'll see them. So we're looking forward to that. It's going to be a really great time. Had a good time in Sunday school. Before that, all the kids and youth will meet together in the youth room, and we'll have some donuts and coffee and drinks, things like that, and just have a relaxed time of Sunday school. And then after the service, we will have a luncheon for kids, youth, and their parents. And so if you would like to come to this, please do sign up in the sheet in the back. It is still back there. Of course, today is the last day to sign up for that. And then July the 30th is when we will have our church-wide Vacation Bible School finale. And this is a church-wide event. We want for everybody to be able to come. It doesn't matter if you came to Vacation Bible School, if you had kids come to Vacation Bible School. This is for the whole church. So we want for everybody to come out and have a good time of fellowship with us. We're going to begin at 4:30. We'll have games and activities for the youth and kids, so that'll be their time to fellowship together. And then 6 o'clock, we will have our evening worship service, which will be a commencement service for Vacation Bible School. And we will be having this in the chapel, the old sanctuary. That'll be our headquarters for Vacation Bible School week, so we will have some ushers present if some folks need help negotiating the stairs out there. But we will be there starting at 6 o'clock. And then after that, a church-wide supper in the Hayes building, a finger food reception. So if you are planning to come to the finger food reception, please do put your name on the sign-up sheet in the back, and we will look forward to a great time of worship and fellowship, and I hope that you are too. And really, as the pastor said, be in prayer for Vacation Bible School, because this is such an important outreach ministry that we do here, and we're just looking forward to it a whole lot.
I tell you again, it is an honor. It is a privilege. It is a blessing for us to be here. I'm so very excited for us as we continue continue on to the book backs. And so continually humbled by God's word. The worship that we go through in opening up His word, and seeing His truth come out. Something we don't deserve, and yet we get it every time we gather. I'm so thankful for that. turning, let me ask somebody, or somebody, let me ask all of you, shopping mecca about 2 hours north of here in Charlotte called IKEA. Anybody? One? All right, so let me give you a little rundown of IKEA. It is a store. I say that loosely. It is a 356,000 square foot double decker. It's 2-story store. And IKEA, I don't know what they say they specialize in. It's just home furnishings, is that? I don't know. They have you name it. They have everything from full bedroom sets to light bulbs. I mean, you name it. Just for a house, they've got it. There's some kind of wacky stuff they have there as well. It's a very strange way when you walk in, you go upstairs, and there's like a path you go through. It's like you're being herded like cattle. It's very odd. And so what they do at IKEA is they have all of these rooms already built. So there's desks, there's tables. And it's like they furnish it, and you just get an idea of what it looks like. You don't actually pick up anything to buy. You just have a model number, and then you write down what you want. And so you're going to this store, you're seeing all these setups, and you're like, "That's a nice chair. I want that chair." You write down the number for that chair, and that's how you shop. There's some strange things about IKEA as well that I need to warn you about. Because some of you are like, "That sounds cool. I'd like to go." You should go. It's neat. However, I'm going to give you a little bit of warning about IKEA as well. They have a restaurant there too. Eat while you shop. Strange. Very strange. And it's like Swedish meatballs and stuff. There's a reason they have Swedish meatballs. It's a Swedish company. IKEA is a Swedish store. And when you find the chair that you want, it's not called chair. It's called something in Swedish. I have no idea what it's called. Very, very odd store. Now, you remember me telling you that you write down a model number, you don't actually pick it up? You do all that, and then you get to the end of the store. And that's when you get to the materials department. And instead of you picking up your nice little chair and your desk and all that stuff assembled, you write down and you find the model number that you wrote down, and then you pick it up disassembled. And you put it in your little buggy, and you take it to your car, and then you take it home, and then you put it together yourself. Everything that you buy at IKEA, you assemble on your own. But you do get a good bargain. I will say that. Really good quality stuff, but it's a lot cheaper, but you have to do all the work. Now, there's another problem. I told you it's Swedish. We have several big things at our house from IKEA. We have an entertainment center and some furniture, that kind of stuff. They do give you instructions. Everybody's laughing already because you already know. And typically, I'm a stubborn old man, and so I take the instructions and I just throw them away like any other guy. IKEA, you better have those instructions. You need those instructions. Now listen, they have a Swedish section. They tell you everything. It's got all the words right there for you if you know the Swedish language. If you're English, like I am, you get pictures with a finger pointing on every piece of assembly. And it says insert here, and there's just a finger. That's all you get. And so you're expected to put all this stuff together with just literally a finger saying here. No words. That is IKEA assembly for you when you go and find things there. Inevitably, you have all the right tools, you have all the right parts, and it is a nightmare. I'm telling you, the entertainment center took me 8 hours. Should have taken 2. Insane. Had all the right stuff. You get all the right tools, you have all the right pieces, all the right parts. You have everything you need to make this work. You even have the instructions. But they don't do you any good because you can't read them. And so you're just left with frustration. I'd like to submit a motion that every trip to IKEA requires them to get a Swedish translator to come visit your house to help you out. But you have all the right stuff, but you still can't do it because you don't understand what's given to you. As we open up Acts 8 today, we'll see a familiar story that most of us already know. We saw false faith last week. We saw what false faith looks like. And now we get a true picture of saving faith. We see the importance of being sensitive to the Spirit. I could have used some instructions when I bought that IKEA stuff. I needed someone to show me, hey, what does this mean and what's happening here? Likewise, the man you meet today in our sermon in Acts 8, he needs some assistance in understanding the Scriptures. He's got everything that he needs. He needs another perspective, someone else's knowledge to help him. It's an exciting account. It's a continued look at God's activity in the church, and also in the spreading of the gospel to the world, to the nations. Last week where were we last week? What city or what place? Samaria. We were in Samaria last week, and the apostles, they had heard news about what was happening there. Remember Philip? Philip was out proclaiming the good news, and he's also doing incredible signs and wonders. And news goes back to Jerusalem. The apostles hear about all the rejoicing and the gladness that's happening in Samaria. And what happens when the apostles meet a man named Simon? Remember Simon the magician? That's the one of false faith. He could do these neat party tricks. But he saw the power of God and said, I want that. That's what I want. And then when the apostles came, they see this incredible movement of the Spirit. They began laying hands on people, and the Spirit falls on the people. And so there's almost Pentecost all over again, happening in Samaria. Of course, Simon sees it and says, that. Now that is what I truly want. What can I do that I can have more power? That I can lay hands on people and give the Spirit to people? How do I get that? That's the whole reason he even came. He even fooled Philip. Remember, Philip was letting him walk with him. Saying all the right things, doing all the right things, going through all the right motions. But we saw how intention is incredibly important in our faith, in our walk. Simon, he didn't desire God. He desired spectacles. He didn't want Christ. He wanted the gifts of God. He was willing to go through the motions. He was willing to get baptized. He was willing to say all the right stuff. But internally, in his heart, there was no change. Because his intention was false. He sees the apostles doing this and asks, how can I have that? And Peter absolutely lets him have it. He says, this that you see happening, you can't buy this. This isn't something that's for sale. It takes him down a notch. This is a gift that can only be given. Look at verse 22. This is what Peter said. Therefore repent of this wickedness of yours, and pray the Lord that if possible the intention of your heart may be forgiven you. Think about that from the account of Simon the magician. God values the righteous intentions from broken, fallen, repentant sinners. But self-serving, self-righteous intentions from people who wear the mask and pretend, that's disgusting to God. That's offensive to God. That's just reality. Fake righteousness and false belief, that kills. It is destruction. There is no place for it. And so when Peter points out to Simon this false intention will be his undoing, what does Simon say? Well, you pray for me that this won't happen to me. You be the one to pray. You be the one to pray and hopefully know the stuff that you said will happen to me. And that's kind of it. We mentioned it briefly last week. There are historical accounts of Simon the magician. You would love to hear about Simon going out later and having a change of heart, and unfortunately he does not. We have historical accounts of Simon, and he deceived many upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people for the remainder of his life. Simon the magician will go on to do just that. Poor intentions, deceiving people, misleading thousands, and he's the first false convert mentioned in the New Testament. It's an incredibly sad truth. But that's our context for today. That's where we just jumped off. And now you see a mirror, a reverse mirror, so to speak. You see the first false conversion happen in the New Testament. And you see faith that does not save. And now you're going to see faith that does save. From an Ethiopian eunuch. Look at verse 25. So when they had solemnly testified and spoken the word of the Lord, they started back to Jerusalem and were preaching the gospel to many villages of the Samaritans. I love that already. Just that one quick little intro to this next section. I love that so much. The apostles, they come to see the work of the Spirit, see what was happening through Philip, see what the Spirit was doing through Philip. They deal with a false convert. And then what? They just go about doing the same old thing they've always been doing. Preaching the good news of the gospel. A false conversion did not stop the work of God. It didn't mean, oh, something's happened here, this is wrong, we got to close up shop and quit. No. The movement of God continues. And so men of Jewish heritage, remember, Jews and Samaritans did not mix. They hated each other. Bitter rivals. And now the apostles are telling the greatest news anybody can ever receive to all of the Samaritans. That is the power of God. That's the movement of God. That's a beautiful thing to see happen. They hear about it, they go to check it out, and then they just get in on it. And as they go, they're still proclaiming the good news. We get to verse 26, and here's where we start to see components build up of saving faith. God knew what He was doing when He wrote the Scriptures. Even the order of the Scriptures. And nothing contained in the Scriptures are by chance. This is not just happenstance. And so you see a false conversion, and you see the follow-up with a true conversion. Let's start with verses 26, and we'll go through 29. Follow along with me. But an angel of the Lord spoke to Philip, saying, "Get up and go south to the road that descends from Jerusalem to Gaza." Your version might have parentheses here that says this is a desert road. Verse 27, so he got up and went, and there was an Ethiopian eunuch, a court official of Candace, queen of the Ethiopians, who was in charge of all her treasure, and he had come to Jerusalem to worship. And he was returning and sitting in his chariot, and was reading the prophet Isaiah. Then the Spirit said to Philip, "Go up and join this chariot." Our first component of saving faith is this: conversion begins with the work of God. Most people don't expect to hear that, unfortunately, and I don't know why. But conversion begins with the work of God. I don't know about you, but I hear that and I say amen. I say amen. I'm thankful for that. We could go around this room this morning. We could open this thing up if we wanted to. We could have a morning of testimony. And you hear countless time after time after time from person to person to person. You hear similar stories, not all the same. But it might be, I was called the gospel, or I heard the gospel preached, or I was raised in a family that told me the gospel, or I went to Sunday school and I heard the gospel. You'll hear constantly that, and then you'll start hearing, and then God got a hold of me. And then I couldn't stop running anymore. And then God placed a burden in my heart. You hear that all throughout this service if we did that and open this up to testimony time. Again, to that I say amen. How deeply thankful I am that salvation begins with God. Because if it began with us, we'd all be lost. All of us. It begins with the work of God and what He has done and what He is doing. It is the Spirit who first sends an angel of God to deliver the message to Philip. A very simple message. Get up and go south to the road that descends from Jerusalem to Gaza. But it goes even further than that. It was Christ who said the following: "But you will receive power when the Holy Spirit has come upon you, and you shall be my witnesses both in Jerusalem and in Judea and in Samaria." And where? To the remotest parts of the earth. It began in Jerusalem. They just left Samaria. And now the journey to the world is now what? It's beginning. It's happening. You see it beginning. The Spirit at work, God at work, fulfilling the very words of Christ. My translation, it said the angel told Philip to get up. What's King James say? Does it say get up? Arise. Arise. The word here is jump up. The Greek is to spring up. It means go, and it means go now. Go. Get up and go. Right this very moment. Get up. Go. Emphatically go. This is not some kind of, hey, when you have the time, or hey, when you feel like it, Philip, when it suits your convenience, and when it's a decent time for you, would you mind going? It's no. Go now. Go now. And look at verse 27. I love the Scripture so much for so many different reasons. I love the Bible for so many reasons. But I love verse 26 and 27. The Spirit says, get up and go. And what does 27 say? So he got up and went. There's no going back and forth. There's no Jonah here. There's no arguing with the Spirit. So Philip got up and went. He gets up and goes. 2 short sentences, profound meaning. What a portrait of obedience. That's a servant of God right there. That's Philip. God delivers a message, a command, and his servant acts immediately. And so while he's on this desert road, Philip comes across an Ethiopian eunuch. The eunuch had come to Jerusalem to worship and was now on his way back home. Long, very long journey. I won't spend forever here, but the eunuch was a court treasurer. And then see, Candace, court official of Candace, that's just a title, it's not a name. It's a queen. This would be the mother of the king. The king did not do these types of things. He wasn't involved in money and making road trips. He was considered almost like a deity. And so he'd have eunuchs, and he'd have his own mother take care of the finances and do these kind of things. She'd be the one to take charge of her. Philip sees this nice chariot coming down the road. Eunuch sitting in it, the queen sitting in it. Verse 29, the Spirit said to Philip, go up and join this chariot. Not only has the angel that's been sent by the Spirit said to go on this road, he says, got up and went. Now, verse 29, the Spirit himself audibly said, get up. Get in the chariot. And so already, who's at work? Yes, Philip, but the Spirit. It's the Spirit guiding. It's the Spirit leading. It's the Spirit giving the commands. And it's not just the life of Philip. What I want you to understand, this is also the life of the eunuch. This is the Spirit putting things together for the eunuch. I don't care what you call it. You can call it divine appointments. That's what we usually kind of say. But God has a plan. God has a purpose. And He knows the parameters. He knows the events. He knows the circumstances. He decrees them to make His plan unfold. God is not, understand this, He's not in the business of discovery. God's not in the business of discovering things. He already knows. And it's not because He learns information. He simply is. Knows all things. It's innate in His very nature. And so God has placed Philip on a path marked with obedience, and has sent Philip to this eunuch. And this time it's not an angel that says it, but the Spirit Himself who says, go up and join before the foundations of this earth, before the very bodies of water were put into place, before there were such things as states and countries, before the very creation of the world, this was the plan. This right here was the plan. That God would call out people for Himself. You understand that? Why don't you take a moment to think about that personally? Before anything ever even was laid upon it, before there was mountains carved with His very fingers, before any of that, the plan of God was to call you to Himself. He takes this so seriously. This is all mapped out. It was God. I want you to think about the course of human history. It was God who created Adam and Eve and literally called out for them. Where are you? Not because He didn't know, because He desired them. Called out for them in the garden. It was God who called out Israel, as opposed to any other nation. It could have been any other nation, but He called out Israel and said, you will be my people. I will use you for my glory. You will be my children. He's the one who called them out. It was God in the flesh who told lowly fishermen 2 words: follow me. And what they did? They took their nets, they threw them down, and they got up and went and followed after Him. It was God calling out to people. It was God who allowed the church to suffer persecution, that they would be spread out to the Samaritans, to be spread out to others. And now it's God who makes all the preparations for a eunuch from a distant land to be on this path and to tell Philip to go to him to meet Him. gift mankind will ever know, saving faith, salvation. Look at verses 30 to 33. Philip ran up and heard him reading Isaiah the prophet and said, "Do you understand what you are reading?" And he said, "Well, how could I unless someone guides me?" And he invited Philip to come up and sit with him. Now the passage of Scripture which he was reading was this: "He was led as a sheep to slaughter, and as a lamb before its shearer is silent, so he does not open his mouth. In humiliation his judgment is taken away. Who will relate his generation? For his life is removed from the earth." Another component I'd like for us to see this morning is that conversion requires openness to the Word. You may hear that and you think, what book and chapter in the Bible says that? I don't read that anywhere. There's no verse that says that conversion requires openness to the Word. It just says, repent and believe, and that's it. You just made something up, Pastor. Well, you listen. You find me someone who says, I believe in God and I'm saved, and I don't need a Bible. You find me someone like that, I'll show you a false convert. I believe God. Yeah, I'm saved. I know God. I don't need the Bible to know that. I'm just saved. I don't need to know all the things in the Scriptures. That's a false convert. I'm sorry. Plain and simple. How else will you know if you were saved apart from this Word? How else could you know? How would you know to even repent and believe without this Word? It must come through the revelation of God. Has to. God has given us His Word for a reason. That we might know Him. It's the essential. It is absolutely essential that the world receive this Word. You are saved because you have been exposed to this Word. You have been saved because you've learned who God is and what He's done for you through His Word. The eunuch, he had some grasp of Judaism, some type of understanding. He came to worship in Jerusalem after all. He says that's why he was going. The law of Judaism, it was not foreign to Egypt or Ethiopia or Africa. They had elements of Judaism already there. He had been introduced to it in some fashion, and so he has this openness to understanding more. There's more to life than this. We know from both the Old Testament and the New Testament, however, one thing. No one seeks God. No one. There's plenty of Scripture to back us up on this. We do not seek after God. There's a difference between seeking after God Himself and searching for the truth. This eunuch was searching. Searching for something he didn't quite grasp. Searching for something he didn't quite understand. And even those who do not seek after God because they can in their own fallen state, even they, like us at one point, they ask the question, is there more to this? Is there something else more than this? We just got back to the beach a couple weeks ago. When I look at the vastness of it, I can't come to the conclusion this is an accident. I just can't. When I see pictures of the Grand Canyon, I just can't come up with a conclusion and say that just happened. That was just accidental. When I see the vast cosmos, do you realize how small we are in all of this? We are a speck of dust. When we look at the stretch of time and space, we're nothing. I can't see all of that and say it's just an accident. And so I want to know more. What is it that caused all of this? I do the same thing with morals. Love, justice, a sense of right and wrong. Where do they come from? Are they just cultural things that we just kind of pass on? No, it's written on your heart. Why? Why are these things written on your heart? What is love? What is a sense of justice? What is right and wrong? There's a reason why our hearts cry out against injustice. Because we're born in the image of God. He's given these things to us. He's shown us love. Because of His first love, we also know what love is now. I can't look at all that and say this is just one big accident. I want more questions. What has caused all of this? And the eunuch is doing the exact same. He's seeking after the truth. He's open to discovery. Judaism had only got him so far. He only understood so much. We don't know the whole story, but the law, it prohibited eunuchs. Eunuchs were not allowed to be proselytes. They were not allowed to come into Judaism because of self-mutilation and castration. We don't know for sure this man was, but most likely he was. And in Judaism, he would not have been allowed to be a part of it. I'm getting a little ahead, and I'll be honest, we're going to have to cut this short. We're going to do a part 2. I'm getting a little ahead, but the eunuch is reading Isaiah. My favorite Old Testament book. The eunuch is reading Isaiah. I want to read to you how Isaiah 56 opens. This is the first few verses of Isaiah 56. Thus says the Lord, preserve justice and do righteousness, for my salvation is about to come. How blessed is the man who does this, and the Son of Man who takes hold of it, who keeps from profaning the Sabbath, and keeps his hand from doing any evil. Let not the foreigner who has joined himself to the Lord say, the Lord will surely separate me from his people. Nor let the eunuch say, behold, I am a dry tree. For thus says the Lord, listen to this. To the eunuchs who keep my Sabbaths, and choose what pleases me, and hold fast my covenant. Verse 5. To them I will give in my house, and within my walls a memorial, and a name better than sons or daughters. I will give them an everlasting name which will not be cut off. Over 600 years before the birth of the New Testament church, you see the prophet Isaiah mentioning eunuchs who will be brought into the family of God. Over 600 years before any of this takes place, you see the gospel exploding to all people. The door being open to all nations. That is incredible to me. You see what I mean? The scriptures are not an accident. This is all brought together on purpose. 600 years before the birth of the church, and we see a prophecy about when God will reach out to all, including the eunuchs. Philip hears the eunuch reading out loud, which, you tell me, has anyone who's studied other languages? Not has. When you read other languages, do you sit there and read silently? You word it out, don't you? Out loud. You say it out loud, trying to get it under, slowly. That's what the eunuch is doing. He's going through the scriptures and he's trying to read it out loud. Makes sense. And Philip asks, do you understand? And the eunuch responds, how could I? I don't have anybody. There's no one here to explain it to me. We've already met Saul, who will become Paul. We're going to actually close here. Here's what Paul writes in Romans 10. For whoever will call on the name of the Lord will be saved. How then will they call on him in whom they have not believed? How will they believe in him whom they have not heard? And how will they hear without a preacher? How will they preach unless they are sent? Just as it is written, how beautiful are the feet of those who bring good news of good things. However, they did not heed the good news. For Isaiah says, Lord, who has believed our report? So faith comes from hearing, and hearing by the word of Christ. People have to be given the word. They have to. Can you imagine Philip? God, you're just making this easy now. You set him up to be reading Isaiah. I can get through that. He's already reading the scriptures, and now he's asking for help, and he's inviting me up into the chariot. You line this one up perfectly. You have to reach people who are open, who are searching. A heart that's been closed off, that's completely rejecting all things. They've hardened their own hearts. They've already found themselves in judgment. You get a eunuch, a man that you see in the scriptures here. He's open to seeking truth. Not seeking after God himself, but open to learning more. That answer is found in the Word, in the Word alone. This is strange for us because we don't typically do this. This is 12 now. What we'll do is, we'll do part 2 of this tonight. I invite you, I really pray that you'll come back tonight at 6. We'll do the second half of the Ethiopian eunuch. I want to go ahead and do the application for this, though, because this is so incredibly important. I want you to go out here not saying, well, I didn't get anything out of it that we're supposed to do. We just got the word. That's good enough. But I want you to get some more, too. I want you to understand what we do with this. Number one, I want you to understand we cannot forget the necessity of the Spirit. We cannot forget the necessity of the Spirit, especially in ministry. It's so easy to do. Doesn't matter what we're doing, doesn't matter what we're saying. We are so prone to leaving God out of it. Everyone can testify this at some point in our lives. What can we do without the Spirit's guidance? Without the Spirit's power? What can we do? Nothing. It's powerless. And I'll tell you this right now, you're not going to have an angel sitting on your shoulder audibly telling you where to go. Just because it happened to Philip. That's not going to happen to you. Most likely you're not going to hear the Spirit audibly telling you to get up into a chariot. Please don't go get in somebody's car out here who's parked. Don't just get in somebody's car. Don't do that. But I do want you to understand something. People will often say, God, I just don't feel like you're using me. God, I don't feel like you're using me at all. People struggle with reaching this. They get real down. They get real discouraged. I just don't feel like I'm doing my job. I don't feel like I'm being used. Well, why? I'll ask this. When's the last time we prayed, God, would you put someone in my path today? God, would you use me today to give the gospel message to someone? God, please, I beg you, put someone in my path. I'm telling you, you say those bold prayers, he'll do it. It begins with Him. Conversion, it begins with God. It begins with the Spirit. Please don't quench the Spirit. Also, don't leave the Spirit out of your ministry. We often will always say we want to do the work of God, but rarely do we try to let Him in on the process. That's backwards. It should be Him declaring to us what to do, and us being obedient and following. That's what we need to hear this morning. That's where we stop this morning. That's wonderful. We will go ahead and, I'll tell you, we'll have an invitation. If you'd like to come forward and talk to me, get something on your heart, if you'd like to pray, you're more than welcome. But as we close, I want you to think about the idea and the portrait of saving faith as we've seen it already. We don't even have the full story yet. We'll finish that up tonight. But I want you to think a moment. I want you to, this afternoon, to think back to your own salvation, your own walk, and your own faith. Think about the day that you were saved, maybe. Maybe it was a process. I want you to look back at how faithful God has been to you. Allow it to lead you into worship, to lead you into rejoicing. I had a very similar statement. I got to the point where I said, I can't run anymore. I can't stop. All right, I give in. That was Him. I didn't do that. I can't do that. Use that. Understand this. I want you to use that. Understand. It was God who has called out to you. It's Him who has done all the work. He's done all the work. Should He not also be involved in the process of reaching out to these other people around us, our neighbors, our family, our friends? Do not burden yourself down and get discouraged thinking, I'm not doing enough, and I'm not doing it in my own power. You can't do it in your own power. You can't. It has to be the Spirit. It has to be God. But start that process, getting Him in on the process. He's got to be there. It's got to be through His Word. Otherwise, we're left with nothing. Our own power, and it's fleeting, and it does not carry. Ponder these things as we go.